to make homemade potting soil today. And this is actually something that's easy to do. Doesn't require a lot of ingredients, and you can find them almost anywhere. Any gardening centers are going to have the ingredients. A lot of retailers will have them. Your hardware stores will carry them as well. So it's easy to find. And all you need for it is some kind of a container with a lid. I use the totes because they're solid. The lids snap on and they stack. So that's what I use to put mine in. And for measuring, I always use the gallon containers. I love these ice cream containers because they're wide at the top. They're easy for measuring and pouring, and I like the handle. Works well. So all you need for homemade potting soil is peat moss. Then you need perlite or vermiculite, or you can mix both. The peat moss is for water retention. The perlite and the vermiculite work along with that to promote drainage, so you create that better balance. Then also you need manure or compost. You can mix them both as well, or choose one or the other. And those create a little bit more density. They add a more nutritive quality. And you want a little bit of topsoil to go with that. Now the topsoil is essentially a filler. It's there for density. And I talk a lot about quality, making sure you get quality ingredients, you know what you're getting. When it comes to the topsoil, it's not as crucial because it's basically a filler for this formula. Now, along with that, the last thing you want to add is a little bit of gardening lime. And that is because the peat moss is acidic, and you want to balance that acidity with a little bit of lime, bring that pH balance back to a little more neutral level. And that's all you need. So I've gone ahead here, and again, I like the gallon containers because as a rule of thumb, for every gallon of peat moss, you use a 1/4 cup of the gardening lime. So I like to formulate these in those increments. So what I've done here is I've gone ahead and I've put in a gallon of the manure and use that as a base. To that you want to add a gallon of peat moss. Now if you've never worked with peat moss before, you'll notice it's a little dusty. And if that becomes an issue, simply take a squirt bottle, moisten it up a little bit. That'll help contain some of that dust a little bit. As you can see, it's dusty. Then to that you want to add 1 gallon, again, of perlite or vermiculite or both. I happen to mix or use whatever I have on hand. And again, with these gallon ice cream containers, it's so easy to pour into them. And there you have it. Now with that, you want a 1/2 gallon of the topsoil. And again, that's just because it's a filler. It's used for density. Scoop out your 1/2 gallon. And you have that. Do a little mixing. And if you use the manure, you're going to find, even sometimes with the topsoil, you're going to find that it's clumpy. That's fine. Just break it up. That's normal. Now, to deal with that acidity in the peat moss, you simply add a 1/4 cup of gardening lime. Gardening lime comes in pellet form or powdered form. I happen to have the powdered form. I think it mixes in very well. And you just take that and mix it in. You want that mixed in really quite well, so you get good coverage on that peat moss. And again, if it gets dusty for you, simply take your spray bottle. You can keep moistening. You can use a watering can if you'd like to. That's perfectly fine. And there you have it. You have made homemade potting soil. Now, keep in mind that it's not something you want to do on your kitchen table because the ingredients, the peat moss, and some of these others are a little bit dusty. So you want to do it in a greenhouse area, a work area, or outside. And definitely wear clothes that can get dirty. But once you've got your potting soil made, you simply put your lid on, label it, stack it in the garage. So I hope you enjoy your potting soil. Give it a try. We'll see you again next time.